right.
Next, we have a mysteriously beautiful and haunting film called Picnic at Hanging Rock. One sunny summer day nearly 70 years ago, or so an old story goes, a party of Australian schoolgirls went on a picnic to Hanging Rock, an ancient outcropping at the edge of the sea. Now, some of them never returned. And strangely enough, when I tell you that, I'm not revealing the ending. Here's a scene from early in the film, and watch how the director, Peter Weir, uses music and sunlight and easy laziness to establish a mood in which danger lurks just out of sight.
C'est très joli, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah, you wouldn't have the time, I suppose, miss.
Ah, Miranda, your pretty little diamond watch.
Don't wear it anymore. Can't stand it ticking above my heart.
Ah. If it were mine, I'd wear it always, even in the bath. Would you, Mr. Hussey?
Stopped at 12. Never stopped before. Must be something magnetic.
Well after 2, I'd say. We'd better be careful. I promised Mrs. Appleyard I'd have you lot back at the college by 8.
Except for those people down there, we might be the only living creatures in the whole world.
I'd like to make a few measurements to face the rock if we have time, with Miranda and Irma.
Oh, please, mademoiselle. We'll be back long before tea.
Eh bien, allez.
May I come too, please?
So long as you don't complain.
I won't, I promise. And don't worry about us, mademoiselle. We shall only be gone a little while.
The clothes and manners there are really incongruous in that savage landscape, which is one of the ways that the movie makes its point. The girls wander off to explore Hanging Rock, and then the rest is silence. But there's one girl who eventually does reappear, and she doesn't remember what happened, or she says she doesn't. And after she recovers, she returns to the school and to intense and hostile curiosity. It's as if they blame her for what happened.
Mes enfants, see who we have with us today. Our dear Irma is with us but for a few hours. She is leaving soon to join her parents in Europe. Alors, mes enfants, for 10 minutes, you may talk as you choose. If you approve, Miss Lumley.
They're really attacking their own secret fears. They don't know what happened up on Hanging Rock, but they have some very disturbing suspicions. And Picnic at Hanging Rock obviously isn't a conventional thriller. There's no violence, there are no big scenes of the girls in danger, but the movie is uncanny in the way it suggests that the most unspeakable terrors lurk just around the next turn. The whole movie is filled with an unexplained supernatural menace. It's an unusual film. It's an odd film, and in its approach to the thriller, it's almost disturbingly original. I really got caught up in it, and I liked it.
What do you mean it's disturbingly original in its approach to the thriller?
Well, I think, well, a good question, I suppose. The thriller ordinarily has a denouement. Something happens at the end to explain everything.
Mm-hmm.
The most disturbing thing about this film is that this catastrophe takes place, the girls disappear, and nothing is explained. They just go into the void and they're gone.
And that's the very point where I disagree with you about this picture. I admire its skill. It is a beautiful film. It's an intriguing subject. I'm really wondering what happened. And yet we don't get that payoff, and that frustrated me. I felt for about an hour that we get little clues something might happen. Nothing's delivered.
That's what I love, the fact that you think something's going to happen and nothing does. These are people who are down in a landscape where they don't belong. They're kind of civilized British immigrants, let's say, or the children of immigrants. They're in this savage, ancient landscape. They don't belong there. They disappear. If there were an explanation, they fell into the river or the sea and drowned. They were bitten to death by flies. Anything like that would be disappointing.
Well,
the question is even better when it's not answered.
Yeah, but I don't think so. The answers that you give, I think, are rather trivial, and you probably aren't serious about them. They're certainly trivial compared to the rest of the film.
Okay.
We expect something significant. For me, it's like if you get a beautifully, expensively wrapped gift, and you're all intrigued by the paper, the first hour of the picture, let's say. You open it up, there's nothing there. That's frustrating.
I can't think of anything I would rather have inside that gift than the great silence and the great feeling of mystery that this film leaves. I don't want anything to be there. I like the way the film ends.
Okay, well, I will say this about the film. I think of all the 5 pictures that we have on the show, this is the best one.
Okay.
And now to change the subject completely, I don't know if you know this, but you happen to be sitting across the aisle from a guy who likes to go bowling.
That really is changing the subject, as a matter of fact.
Well, the only reason I mention that is to say that as a 165 average bowler, which is nothing special.
Picnic at Hanging Rock was the beautiful, mysterious, low-key thriller from Australia. We both liked its mood of impending danger, but Gene was disappointed by its ending.